Taylor Swift. The week she stopped planning. She has spent 20 years being the most strategic person in every room she walks into. Every release date, every music video, every Easter egg buried in a bracelet or a bridge. Calculated, timed, controlled. That is the version of Taylor Swift the world thinks it knows. But in the early summer of 2026, something shifted. In the space of 8 days, she stood on a stage she didn't write the choreography for, sat courtside for a game she couldn't have scripted if she tried, and cried in front of a room full of legends while thanking her parents for a decision they made when she was 12 years old. None of it looked planned, and that is exactly what makes it strange. Because if there is one thing 2 decades of watching Taylor Swift has taught her fans, her critics, and the industry that built itself around her, it's that almost nothing she does in public is truly accidental. So when the control seems to disappear, the question isn't whether something changed. The question is what she's building toward that she isn't ready to explain yet. By the end of this week, she'd have a wedding date. The world just didn't know it yet. To understand why this matters, to understand why a few days of public appearances could mean anything at all, you have to understand who Taylor Swift built herself to be. She didn't start as a phenomenon. She started as a 12-year-old in Wyomissing, Pennsylvania, singing at karaoke contests and coffee shops, convinced, not hopeful, convinced that she belonged in Nashville. Her parents didn't share that certainty at first. Nobody's parents do. But they did something most families never get the chance to. They believed the 12-year-old over their own better judgment, sold their life in Pennsylvania, and moved the entire family to Music City so she could try. That decision is the hinge her entire career swings on. She has said as much herself, describing it as a sacrifice she didn't fully understand until much later. The quiet cost her parents and her brother absorbed so she could chase something that, statistically, almost never works out. It worked out. What followed was 2 decades of a very specific kind of fame, the kind built less on luck than on relentless self-authorship. She wrote her own songs when teenage pop stars weren't expected to. She re-recorded 6 albums to reclaim ownership of masters that had been sold out from under her, a fight most artists lose, and most fans never fully grasp the stakes of. She built the highest-grossing tour in history, not by accident, but by treating every date, every set list, every surprise song as an engineered moment. That reputation, visionary, calculating, always 3 steps ahead, became both her superpower and her cage. Every move gets read as strategy. Every silence gets read as a setup. And for 18 months after the Eras Tour ended, she gave the world almost nothing to read at all, which is what makes this week different. Because the woman who built an empire on control just spent 8 days looking like she wasn't controlling anything. The quiet before. For the better part of a year and a half, Taylor Swift did something almost unrecognizable for her. She disappeared from the center of the conversation. After the Eras Tour closed out as the only concert run in history to cross the billion-dollar mark, she didn't announce a follow-up. She didn't tease a new era. Tabloids, hungry for a headline, started calling it a hibernation, framing her relationship with Travis Kelce, the Kansas City Chiefs tight end she'd been dating since 2023, as the reason the machine had gone quiet. Insiders offered a different explanation, one that's harder to turn into a headline. She simply wasn't in a hurry. Sources close to her camp indicated she had another record in the works, but no urgency to release it. It was, in their words, still very much in the creative stages. When speculation swirled about a tour attached to her most recent album, The Life of a Showgirl, those same sources shut it down. She never intended a massive tour for that record at all. Instead, her focus had moved somewhere the public couldn't fully see: her personal life. Her relationship with Kelce, the couple confirmed, had progressed to an engagement in August of 2025. And through the winter and spring of 2026, the tabloid machine kept doing what it does best: manufacturing wedding theories faster than anyone could confirm or deny them. A secret venue, a decoy wedding, a hen party rumored to be major. Every detail she and Kelce declined to confirm just fed the appetite further. She let it feed. She said nothing. For an artist whose entire career has been defined by exact timing, the silence itself became a kind of statement, though nobody could agree on what it meant. Was she stepping back from the performance of fame to actually live inside her life for once? Or was the quiet itself the setup for something bigger? By June, the quiet ended, all at once, and not in the way anyone had predicted. 8 days. It started, unexpectedly, with an animated cowboy doll. On a Monday in June, Taylor Swift walked the carpet at the premiere of Toy Story 5. Fans had known she'd recorded a song for the film, but few were prepared for what happened after the credits rolled. She stepped on stage and performed the new track live for the first time, a song called I Knew It, I Knew You, before something almost nobody could have scripted for her, a duet of You've Got a Friend in Me, alongside Randy Newman himself, the man who wrote the original. It read, to most people watching, as pure joy, not calculation, just an artist getting to share a stage with someone whose music shaped her childhood. 2 days later, she turned up somewhere far outside the world of pop music, courtside at Madison Square Garden as the celebrity guest of the night, watching the New York Knicks complete the largest comeback in NBA Finals history. It was the kind of appearance gossip columns love, precisely because it resists explanation. There was no album to promote, no video dropping, nothing to connect the dots